Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint, a JRPG news show, an anime news show, a niche news show, a show where Baku and I talk about anything and everything that catches our interest or ire. We broadcast live every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be previewing trailers, talking about rumors, rounding up all of the RPGs that were on display at Tokyo Game Show this year. We'll be talking to voicemails and answering chats and super chats at the end of the episode. Dude, how have you been? Let's go.
I'm very tired.
I'm not. I just chugged a gigantic coffee. I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, the coffee's not doing anything for me. I had a coffee too, but man, it's just there was a lot of reading, a lot of videos watching, a lot of fact finding.
Oh my gosh. I have no doubts.
TGS kept us busy. I will say,
kept us busy. No, let's be real here, everybody. Pour one out for Baku, because this poor soul has gone through all of the shows that were going on with Tokyo Game Show. He's been putting in a lot of extra effort. You've been carrying this team this week as I've been doing other things. So I really appreciate everything and this whole show. It's all Baku. I really
you gotta tell us what other things you did.
Oh man, I did work on my e-bike. That's been kind of like my big pet project that's been distracting me from everything at the moment.
Nice.
There's also some new merch that I kind of hinted at. I have some print samples actually, and I was gonna wear one, but I was like, I'm gonna hold off and do a big reveal during a video. In order to also actually like force me to finally make some videos that I've been sitting on. Look at this. I got this giant like thing of packages on this table behind me. You can't even see all of it, but it's the result of all of my shopping sprees after making my top 10 videos. And it's just,
Time out. The whole thing with you not streaming on Twitch anymore, or not anymore, but that you're taking a break from it, is that you have time to make these videos. What's going on, sir? What I'm asking for all the fans out there. You keep drinking that coffee. You know, think about how to answer this.
You're making it very difficult to enjoy all of my coffee, Baku.
Do you know how often I get people who will just like come into my Twitch stream and the first thing they ask me before saying hello is demanding to know what happened to Mr. Derek. They're like, Derek doesn't stream. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, he's his own man. Like, why are you asking me? Also, hello to you too. Welcome to my stream. What happened to Derek? Like, they just come in. Like, you know how on Twitch now, like when there's like a brand new viewer, it'll just have like a little like icon next to their name on like, so that you know that there's like a new person coming in. A useful feature, but it'll just be like, what happened to Derek? Like, hello, welcome.
Rude. First of all, everybody from my streams, please be courteous to Baku, and enjoy his shows, because he's an excellent streamer, far better streamer than I ever was.
I don't know about that, but what I do know is if you want to know Derek's whereabouts, you should go harass him on Twitter. I
have been getting some inquiries on Twitter as well. So I do plan on resuming streams at some point, probably this winter. Like I've just been, kind of taking it easy a little bit, enjoying life a little bit, spending some time with Amy and just kind of doing some things that need to be done around the house, and and reflecting and kind of just rejuvenating the old batteries, because sometimes it does take a bit out of you to do some of this stuff.
You're a little burnt out, aren't you? You're a little burnt.
You're not wrong.
You're reluctant to say burned out, but it gets to be like that sometimes. I mean, I totally get it.
Let's be real. I haven't shaved my face for a while. Like I'm feeling. This isn't necessarily a stylistic intention. It's
a good look though. I mean, it's a good look.
It's very fortunate. I must have good genes. But yeah, I'm just mulling things over and taking my time and trying to decide what I want to make and make it the best way that I can, and kind of focus less on the rat race of YouTube at the moment. If it's so easy to get sucked into like, oh, I got to appease the algorithm. Oh, I've got to put out something every single day if I don't want everybody to forget who I am. You know, it's easy to get caught up in that. And at the end of the day, it's like, man, at a certain point, like, am I even like enjoying the things that I'm doing and making? I just want to have fun, you know? And so that's kind of what I'm taking my time with. And I'll put stuff out when I feel like it's ready.
Heck yeah.
But
We're waiting.
That's the long answer to a very short question.
Sometimes the short questions gets the longest answers. It's true.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, but before we begin with today's show, I do want to take a second and preface this, and that is, remember last week I was telling you like, I think the state of play and the Nintendo show, like the Nintendo Direct, really helped because it talked about a lot of huge things. And my prediction was, okay, they're having these announcements, right, in these state of play and the Direct, and during the TGS, they're probably gonna like elaborate on it and not so much like give you new announcements, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what happened. Like we got a lot of like extra information that we won't go much into. So for those of you who are looking for more like Final Fantasy VII information, we're not going to get into it because we've already talked about that on the last show. They're really just showing you like the mini games or whatever. Not the most exciting things, but certainly very exciting for series
the
fans.
Most important question though, do we know yet if we can date Barrett at the Golden Saucer? You know,
I don't think they have said that yet. They're gonna wait for a later day to give us that like shocker.
Okay. Oh,
the answer should be yes.
All right. I mean, they included Cloud in a dress. You remember there was a lot of people who were curious about whether that was going to be included. You know, I think
they did it in the most glorious fashion, and I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only are we gonna put him in a dress, we're gonna make him do some song and dance. I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is way to up the ante, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's hope that they continue that trend of embracing the ridiculous, because I feel like that's something that RPGs have also lost over time. Is they take themselves a little too seriously at times, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of funny to be able to do the fun stuff. So,
I think so.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to preface tonight's show, or?
Yes, one more thing. There were lots and lots and lots, and I mean lots of announcements. I already saw some that were mentioned in the chat. Some of those will not be talked about. Two main reasons. One is if it's not available internationally, or at least not announced to be available internationally, we don't talk about it. Number one. Two,
same standard rules apply as usual. Hype responsibly and try not to get too hyped about something we might not get.
Exactly. Two, if we have already talked about it in the last week's show leading up to TGS, chances are we're not going to talk about it again unless there's something I felt was worthy of bringing it up. Like Eiyuden Chronicles. So there you go. That's something for you to look forward to. We do have something from Eiyuden Chronicle that I felt like, even though we talked about it last week, they brought up something new that I think deserves a spot on our list today. Last but not least, if they have merely announced a thing, but there's nothing substantial for us to see, no substantial news other than, oh, we're just going to do this thing. Yeah, no, I'm not going to waste my time to talk about them. Once I've kept it in my like little like list of games, right? So once they have something more substantial, we'll talk about them. Yeah, there's this one game that they brought up. It's like, oh yeah, we'll be making this game. It's like, okay, show me something. It's like, yeah, we don't really have anything to show you. It's like, okay, well, then I guess I won't be talking about you. When is this game coming out? We don't know yet. Okay, cool.
Man,
we will do this.
I am still reeling from the fact that Bethesda stated that God, what was it? The new Elder Scrolls game is still in early development after all these years. You remember how at E3 like 5 years ago they announced that, and
Mhm.
they just showed like not even a title drop, but just like, oh yeah, The Elder Scrolls 6 is in development. 5 years later, it's in early development. Well, I guess we'll see you in 30 years, guys.
Mhm. I
So,
mean, look, it's either they're for real or maybe they're just like messing with people at this
mhm,
point. Like, because
yeah.
I would totally just mess with people, and then one day out of nowhere, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the game is near completion. Ha, just kidding about it. All
Yeah.
the stuff. But hide responsibly. Uh,
That would be pretty funny, but
that would be funny as heck.
all right. Well, we have one other thing that we should probably do here, and that is we actually got a voicemail.
No.
And if you guys would like to leave us a voicemail, you may do so at 785-337-3805 or email us at hitpoint@superdarkrpgs.com. But let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Hey, Super Derek. This is Cameron. I've sent a voicemail in before. Long time listener, second time caller. I wanted to ask you and Baku-san, as far as new streamers go, any tips or advice, specifically when it comes to playing RPGs, how to make it more interesting. How often do you talk, especially the longer it gets, 100-hour RPGs, say like Persona or Trails. It could be very difficult to keep people invested. So any general advice would be greatly appreciated as I'm venturing into a new stage in my life. Thank you.
Awesome,
Oh,
awesome.
thank you,
So
Cameron.
yeah, I've been thinking about this for a few minutes since I got the voicemail and just started kind of thinking like, what does make an interesting YouTube or not YouTube stream? Like it doesn't have to be YouTube or Twitch, just like an
Hmm.
RPG stream. And I think that like there's some general advice that I could pretty easily give. Like first, focus on audio way before you start focusing on video, right? Because people will watch something that's like a little grainy if they have to, but
Hmm.
if you sound bad, like if like you can hear like vacuum cleaners in the background and stuff, and it sounds like you're talking through a telephone from 1930, like people are not probably going to stick around for that because
Yeah,
audio can be very grating if it is not nice.
that's
Uh,
right.
so I mean that's just like general advice, I guess. But
Hmm.
and also maybe focus. I don't know. This is something that I discovered. I used to put a lot of time and effort into like trying to figure out like the perfect layout for various streams that I would do.
Hmm.
Um, I eventually figured out that it does not matter at all. Backgrounds, layouts, it does not matter at all. Like what
Hmm.
matters is just like your presence on screen and just trying to carry a conversation, which is really tough when you have like three or four people
Mm.
hanging out in the chat. It
Yeah.
gets easier the longer you do it and the more people find you, which I guess is the other general streaming advice is if you're going to be streaming on Twitch, maybe also work on putting together a YouTube channel that'll help kind of advertise your YouTube channel. Like not like put out actual like content that people would want to watch on YouTube. And then mention, oh, by the way, I have a Twitch, or something like that, and people can kind of find you that way. Because Twitch by itself right now has zero discoverability. Heck, TikTok would probably be a really good way to do that also if you're just kind of getting started. I just cannot I'm not a fan of TikTok. I cannot
Hmm.
YouTube shorts and stuff like I've made a for a while, but man, I don't like watching them, so I don't know how
Hmm.
to make them. Um
Mm.
so but what do you think, Baku? Any other general advice or do you have any RPG specific advice you'd give?
Oh, jeez. There's so many. I don't know where to start. There's so many advice that we can give as far as like general tips. I mean, first and foremost, audio. I 100% agree. Just get your audio game up. Don't worry too much about the video. People will listen more so than they will watch you. In
Mhm.
fact, what I find is that viewers like to watch multiple streams, and by watch I mean they'll just have them on and
Yeah.
they'll flip between them. So that happens. As far as RPG is concerned, I find it helpful to talk to talk to the chat about like where you are in places before you do things. Just because some people are just coming in, it's like you said, it's like 100 whatever hours, it helps to be like, oh hey, I'm doing this right now, or like I'm this in this part of the game, or oh, last stream we did this, like just a tiny little recap would be helpful just to orient the viewers like into like what they're watching. It's helpful.
Sure.
For RPGs, expect there to be a lot of like not so interesting times, right? You're not fighting like a tough boss all the time. So
Yeah.
I guess
I
guess
I think
yeah.
streaming against when you're fighting bosses is the hardest, because like then your mind is like so zoned in on defeating the boss. My mental like talking capacity just vanishes whenever I'm like on a tough boss.
Yeah. Just sometimes I flat out tell chat, I'm like, hey chat, listen, I am going to focus on this boss now, and I'm not going to read anything until this boss is down. So like keep talking, keep chatting. I'll come back and look at some stuff, but I'm going to focus on this boss right now. As long as you communicate your intent with chat, like chat's usually pretty understanding. They as long as you have like you set the expectation with chat, I think that's the most important thing. Whatever it is, what part of the game you are, what are you about to do, like how are you about to behave, like if you just tell them ahead, like
what I think is also really
Mm-hmm.
interesting about streaming RPGs in particular is that like a lot of the people who show up to hang out with you is pretty variable, and it has a lot to do with you're going to attract mostly fans of the games that you're streaming who have already played them, which is a kind of an interesting thing. Like a lot of people who like you would think, oh, brand new RPG came out, everybody wants to come check out this brand new RPG. No, opposite. Nope. Nobody wants spoilers. Yep, you got to play the old stuff. Don't play new AAA stuff because people will avoid it.
Or you wait like a month or two afterwards. If you're willing to wait a month or two. I think there's one exception to that, and there's the only exception to that is if you are like the prominent like streamer, like
if you are the guy,
you're known for this series, like this is the one that you love. Then stream away, because people want to see how excited you get going through it. You better be excited. You better bring in that energy. Like there's a lot of trails streamers that I think are like kind of like the people to go to, and they're just super, super ecstatic about trails. I want to go just to see like their reaction to it. And I don't mind like seeing a little spoilers, right? But if you haven't established that about yourself, I wouldn't try to like right off the bat and just be like, oh hi, or like the Final Fantasy games. Like there are certain streamers who like, I am just like the Final Fantasy streamer. As soon as a new one comes out, day one, I'm streaming it. I don't care. But you're gonna see like how giddy I get, and I'm just gonna get like into the history. I know the lore, I know the history to this thing. We can talk about anything Final Fantasy. It gets really exciting and interesting. But last point is again, RPG sometimes gets to be like the not so exciting part. You got to think about how to make it interesting. That's at the end of the day, when you stream, you're entertaining people. So changing equipments and stuff might not be the most exciting things, but there are ways to talk about it that could be interesting. Right?
Talk about your mentality of like why you're doing certain things.
Yeah.
I do have one more before we got to move on, I think. But
see, there's so many, right?
I know. It's like this could definitely be a rabbit hole. But at the end of the day, just remember that your streams, a lot of times it's easy to think that the focus is the game. It's not, though. It's you. I mean, because the game will help maybe draw in some new viewers who want to watch some Final Fantasy or some Dragon Quest or something else. But at the end of the day, if you want them to come back, you have to get them invested in you and what you're doing, and your personality, and get them a reason to care and come back when you're playing something else. So I would recommend maybe trying that if you can, which is easier said than done, I know.
Oh man, I've seen that happen. I've seen two streamers who basically did the same thing. They stream the entirety of the Trail series from
Hmm.
start to finish. Okay, like well, not finished, but as far as they can get. So
Yeah.
at the time it was Cold Steel 4. So they went from Sky 1 all the way to Cold Steel 4 nonstop, no breaks. Okay. And they drew in like the community, the Trails community came in and supported them. But once the game is over, once they don't have anything else to play, well, there's no other Trails to play.
Yeah.
So for one of the streamer, the community kind of dispersed because
Yeah.
they just came here for the game. Like after the stream was over, unfortunately, they didn't really vibe with the streamer, so they didn't stick around. The other guy got partnered, and you know, people love his stuff. Like they like his enthusiasm, they like his personality.
Mhm.
They stick around for other games, even though the viewer count has gone down by I just want to say like 30%, right? But he kept like you know the other 60% or so people,
Yeah.
so which is fantastic, right? So
That's right.
that's to your point, it's the person.
All right. Well, I think that's as much as we can dedicate to this really niche topic. So let's move along into some not so awesome news, starting with some game delays.
Well, actually, before that, I do want to ask chat too. Hey, if you guys got some tips for little old me here, things that you like to see in an RPG stream, let us know. Yeah, to give us some tips.
Definitely.
What do you like to see in an RPG stream? Do you even watch RPG streams? Tell us about it in the comments.
I mean, I think right now a lot of people here are watching an RPG stream right now. Just throwing that out there.
Not the gameplay, but
Okay. So I think you've got this first topic here.
Yes. Okay. So some bad news. Originally slated for the 2023 year, the SYNDUALITY Echo of Ada is now delayed indefinitely beyond a year.
Oof.
From the development team, we know many are excited to hear more news about the game, but the team will need a little more time to prepare your Credo coffin in cap. Okay, I didn't that they capped it. And mages for the sortie. As we continue to work on game development and improvements, we will have more updates coming soon. Please look out for more info in the future, including opportunities to preview SYNDUALITY Echo of Ada in person. So that was an announcement that they had given out in Tokyo Game Show. But they do have like a new trailer, so we can take a look at that to see, you know, what they have been up to.
All right.
Oh my god, the music's loud.
Oh yeah. Well, I think you have control over that. But yeah, it's a pretty loud song in general, but that does look pretty cool.
I'm thinking it's gonna be like a little bit Armor-Core-y, but a little bit more animated.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're a fan of Armor-Core, or that type of mecha sort of game, this may be something similar. I need to see more to be able to say one.
You
or
need more
another.
than just some flashy images of some cool mecha and a pretty girl. Yeah.
I need a little bit more. So yeah, they're totally not ready. This game is not ready for 2023. No way. Like if that's what they've got, they are not ready. So you know,
they might have more than that, but that's all they wanted to show so far.
Give them more time.
But that's all right, because I mean, honestly, we got time. Just I hope that they aim. I hope they aim a little bit later than January or something,
or February.
Push it
like
back.
Not the
if
first,
you're gonna push it back,
2 quarters.
Yeah. If you're gonna push it back, go a little deep. I would say
Q3. No, not Q1 and not Q2, because we're still catching up to Q1 and Q2 of next year. So maybe Q3. Do Q3. Yeah. So that was SYNDUALITY, Echo of Ada, which by the way is a multimedia project. There's an anime that goes with that. It's pretty cool.
Oh, has it already started?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, because I haven't caught up with it. I was just waiting for the game to come out. I actually don't know when the anime is coming out or slated to come out. I should look into that.
All right, we can look into that a little bit later on.
Yeah,
But
but just know that it's been delayed. So
yeah.
there you go. That's all it is.
Well, that's all right. We have plenty of games to play, including WitchSpring R, which is coming from a Korean developer, KiwiWalks. It's a complete overhaul of the first WitchSpring game, which will be released in just a couple of days here on the 26th of September on PC via Steam. And we do have a trailer for that as well.
So this game feels a lot like the Altheia games.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously some differences.
A little bit of like alchemy, potion making.
Yeah.
Battle,
collect things. You know, that's kind of where it's getting at.
Yeah. Is this an action RPG? Oh, is it it's a mystery dungeon, looks like.
Some puzzles.
Oh,
puzzle here, puzzle there.
What?
I don't know if it's action RPG or turn-based.
Yeah, what is
very
this?
honest.
It looks neat. I just want to see what the... I feel like that's a big question, is like, what kind of RPG? Okay, that looks turn-based. Well, then again, that was a dodge.
Yeah. Unless that wasn't a battle. That was just like...
Maybe it was a cutscene.
Little... Oh, there we go.
Okay, that's turn-based. Yeah.
It looks turn-based, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. Oh, it's like area, like the placement of people matter,
like semi-tactical kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Maybe. I wonder if it's kind of like Valkyria or no. Valkyrie
a little
profile.
bit maybe a little bit like Chrono Trigger, where you like enter the battle instance, but
they
like
just
where
have like areas of effect
kind of matter. Yeah,
maybe like trails or something.
Yeah. It seems like it's something like that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Keep an eye out for that in a couple of days here, guys. It's coming to PC via Steam. No other platforms have yet been announced, but if it does well, it could be.
Yeah, it could be. Okay. Then next up, we've got something called the Mineko's Night Market from Humble Games. It is an adventure game with lots and lots of cats and lots of night market. The game is going to be coming out on the 26th for Switch and PC, but also coming out for PS4, PS5, and Xbox One a month later in October 26th. Yeah.
Okay.
So we also got a trailer for that.
Gonna be a pretty trailer heavy day, guys.
Oh, it's
just
super
throwing that out
heavy.
there.
Yeah. I think this game is super interesting looking, and it's a humble game, self-publishing game. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like interesting adventure games like these sometimes. It really brings up the RPG kind of vibes. Kind of vibe, yeah. I'm not out just destroying the world. I'm seeing a different kind of story. No fights,
Well, at least not that we know of so far.
This is a slice of lifey kind of game, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, so was A Space for the Unbound, but there was fights, right? I mean,
yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. There could be a lot of really interesting things going on here. So
yeah. This is why I like indies. They can do all these things in there. You just don't know.
Adventure games can be such a nice little distraction from especially after a really big high stakes RPG or something.
Oh geez, yeah. Oh, save the world from another god who wants to rule it or destroy it. Yeah. No fighting gods this time. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, Mineko's Night Market, super interesting art. Again, coming out in 2 days on Switch and PC.
Oh, you know what? I actually got a message from somebody the other day, and I should probably mention this before the stream, but they also had requested that we when we're getting ready to watch these reviews and after we or trailers and then we watch them and we're all hyped, we should remember to restate the name of the game in case people miss it the first time. Uh,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Mineko's Night Market.
yeah. So cool. Yep. Anyways, moving along, we've got a little known developer here who's releasing a spin-off to a series, a long-running series of theirs based on a 90s anime. It's pretty niche stuff here. It's called Infinity Strash Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. It's going to be released on the 28th of this month here for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch, and PC via Steam. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer from this little crew here who was working on this one.
Wow, Dragon Quest. I'd never heard of that one before. Boy.
I know, it sounds super generic if you think about it.
What was the last game that Square Enix made?
I couldn't tell you.
Must have been a long
probably
time
so
ago.
Recent. I have actually heard. I'm not under NDA because I don't have a review copy or anything, but I have heard from people who are under NDA that this game is actually super good so far.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So you heard it here first.
I'm actually like super stoked for this for many reasons. I've talked about it in the past, but this is like an actual manga / anime series that I grew up watching as a kid. So like I am extremely surprised. I'm about as surprised to see this game as I was surprised to see the remake of what is it? Legend of Mana. Trials of Mana.
Yeah, SD3.
Yeah, Trials of Mana. Like when I saw Trials of Mana, I'm like, what? They're remaking this? Why? Like for who? You know, like you like what? This game's the same way. I'm like, they're making a modern console game based on this 90s manga that no one knows about.
Yeah.
What?
But also
what?
But also the manga got like a new anime, right? So
it did. But even that was a surprise. Like what?
Yeah, it did
You're
come out
making
of
a new
nowhere.
anime based on a manga series that no one remembers? What? I mean, not no one, but it's extremely niche.
Yeah. It's a niche of a niche.
Niche. Yeah.
But yeah, I did hear that anime is also really awesome, the new one. Have you been following it at all?
Oh, I watched the whole thing. It was great.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it's actually the second time they did this anime series. They did it back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah,
and
back in the day.
It kind of ended in the middle because, you know, they didn't... The manga didn't finish at the time and they never did like a second series. So instead of doing a second season to follow up, they just made a brand new anime like 30 years later.
Gotta love it though, because sometimes you know the first one can teach a lot of lessons that the second one can learn from, or sometimes the first series will have some extra cool stuff that you know that it's maybe a little bit of filler, but it gives some extra like time with the characters to like. When I'm thinking of our game or our anime like Full Metal Alchemist, you know, like,
oh yeah,
I love them both.
Absolutely. Full Metal Alchemist.
Hunter x Hunter also had a 90s make that was also pretty awesome, and it's just completely different flavors, but you know, being able to go back and enjoy them both is so nice.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there's several other examples, but I'm guessing Adventure of Dai is also probably kind of like that too.
I'll say this, like I think the Adventure of Dai is just such a charming story. It's a very simple but very effective, like, you know, coming of age kind of story for Dai. Like he was just like this innocent, you know, a very pure and innocent like child who just wants to be the hero. He was raised by monsters after the defeat of the previous demon lord. And so all the monsters are good, right? And they're not like under the influence, right? They're all just like, you know, peaceful beings that they just happen to be monsters, and they raised this child that got drifted onto the monster island. So he was just raised by these monsters, right? Kind of like Tarzan style. And then one day he met these people. And one of them was the legendary hero who ended the ring. And he was a very eccentric fellow. But Dai had always admired the hero, and he wanted to be just like him. So, you know, he took up his offer to be one of his students. He was his student for a total of like, I think 7 days before the demon lord came back.
Well, we don't want to give too many spoilers though, do we?
Well, no, this is all in the prologue, basically.
Oh, it's in the prologue.
Yeah,
Oh, geez.
yeah.
Okay.
And they took out the hero, and
Uh-huh.
then the hero basically sacrificed himself to take out the Demon Lord. But the Demon Lord did not die; he retreated. So then Dai sets out on an adventure to become the hero, and that is basically like the story of Dai, and it's a really incredible story that starts from a very humble beginning. So
Cool. Well, as far as this action RPG spinoff goes, you can look forward to playing it on the 28th. It's just around the corner, coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch, and PC via Steam. That is again The Adventure of Dai.
yeah, definitely. I'm so hyped for it. All right. This last one here, I think a lot of people are equally hyped for. It's the newest addition to the Fate series.
Oh, I never heard of
and-
that series before.
Yeah, never heard of Fate before. An action RPG from Type Moon and Koei Tecmo, called Fate Samurai Remnant. That's coming out in September 29th for PS4, 5, Switch, and PC on the Steam. And there is also a new trailer for that.
Oh, well, as luck would have it,
Always
we
new
can play that
trailers.
here.
Yeah. In fact, they just came out with some additional trailers, but they're like character trailers. So, not like a more high level trailer that we want to show. So if you guys want to see like, specific character trailers, they're coming up with those back to back. Like
I
different
think
characters.
okay, seeing the logo, I think I have heard of the Fate series before. It's like a really easy to follow series that all is very
Super easy
Yeah.
to follow. Yeah.
not like fragmented. It's like spoon feeds everything to you.
not convoluted at all.
Uh-huh. This one seems to be taking place a bit, earlier in the history of humanity, right? Like they're not
Yeah,
all in this
This is in the
timeline.
Edo period. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Edo period. It's the Holy Grail War again, as it is with Fate. But yeah, no, I think the game looks gorgeous. And it's
does.
an original title. It's
Oh
not
god,
like an
those eyes are
adaptation.
freaky.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, her
Yeah.
eyes. Oh.
I like Naziverse writing. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some interesting writing here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so far behind in the Fate series because I haven't watched anything or played anything.
I haven't watched everything myself, and I definitely did not play FGO. So there
Is
might
it
be a
all
lot of things-
interconnected?
They're all connected.
Oh my
All
gosh.
connected.
Oh my gosh.
They're all canon and they're all connected.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
That is such a pretty game though.
it is
I-
a beautiful
I feel like
game.
I'm looking into the abyss though, like just the abyss of a time sink of like I'll get addicted to this, and then suddenly 30 years will have gone by, and
What happened? I think as long as the gameplay is actually good, this game will be very solid as a standalone. And I think that's the reason why I'm excited for this one.
oh, is this one
right?
standalone-ish?
No, what I mean is like if the gameplay is good, this game can very well stand on its own, like without
Without all the background.
all the other like you don't need to know about Fade and FGO and all these other things in the series.
Mhm.
Just the general concept of the Holy Grail War and these servants, I think that's pretty much all you would really ever need to know. And I'm sure they'll explain it to you as if like you're like this is the first entry in the series.
Yeah.
It's such a major departure from the rest of the stuff that they had done.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope it's easy to follow and easy to get into and won't suck up 30 years of my life to get caught up.
I
I remember
so.
the last time that happened was the Trails series, and I'm still stuck.
Yeah, seriously. I'm sure they'll do like little nods here and there for like series veterans, like, oh, I see what you did there. Oh, I see that little Easter egg.
Mhm.
But yeah, as long as the game is solid, like this is gonna be easy to recommend. So
Alright.
that was Fate Semi Remnant, again coming out on the 29th. So in about like 3 days on PS4, 5, Actually, 5 days. Sorry, PS4, 5, Switch, and PC.
All right. Let's see. What do we got next here? We got some new games that were announced. And I think this is kind of going to be kind of the bulk of the show.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of games that people won't expect, I think.
All right. Well, this one comes from publisher Dangan Entertainment, and it will be publishing the occult turn-based RPG from Charimochi called Exit Veil. In it, you'll play as Tori, a lost soul who will travel the labyrinth realms and use the tarot cards to heal the realms. And we have a trailer for it.
I think you might be interested in this, even though it's about the occult. It's a little creepy, but I think
I don't mind the occult. I just don't like being scared.
I think it's got the aesthetics that you may be interested in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Are these are the tarot cards?
Yeah, these are the tarot cards, yeah.
Whenever I hear cards or tarot cards, I kind of get a little bit of
Persona?
Well, no. I get a little wait, this isn't a card-based game, is it?
Oh, it's not a card-based game, no.
Yeah.
Isn't the cards so like I actually don't know how they use the cards. I want to know more.
Gross.
I think it's still a little early.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It does have like an SMT vibe, you know?
A little bit.
Like, it's got a little bit of science. It's got like, you know, some occult stuff in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see why you would get that. Definitely has some of that, like
that vibe.
Yeah, that devil summoner kind of. Yeah.
By no means am I saying that this is like, oh, this is
no,
like
no,
an
we have
SMT
no
game.
idea.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
I'm
just getting the vibe.
This is definitely very much, I think, a teaser of what's to come. Doesn't seem to have a whole lot of gameplay yet. I mean, the art is definitely beautiful. The in-game, is that the, like, it looks almost like late PlayStation 2, if I'm being real. It doesn't bug me, though. It's not everything has to be the most beautiful game ever released, as long as the gameplay is fun and if it's like a artistic choice, and it looks like in this case it is.
The aesthetics, right? Like, as long as the aesthetics make sense.
Definitely.
Oh, there's also a physical like tarot deck that they are releasing.
I was gonna say, it looks like they're working on one. Like that looks.
It's not required to play the game, but you could get it too, like just to add to the experience, is what I've been told.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
It's again, it's like what they said, like indie games dares to be different, and I think they're trying something different here. So it could work or it might not, but I respect the spirit to innovate. So there's that. Now, whether or not it's good or bad, we'll have to wait to see. But at least for now, I am very interested to see like what they'll actually do with this. So far, it looks very promising.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, anyhow.
All right. Well, I think that's the end of that trailer. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, pause. There we go. So we don't have a release date as of yet. It is currently being developed for PC, and it will be made available on Steam. And that's all we know so far about this little gem. That I mean, it looks like it could be a gem. We'll see.
Could be. I mean, truly, all the games that I've looked at and added, I feel like they can all be gems. Like, this is a curated list of things. Like, a lot of more games were talked about, and I'm just like picking and choosing. Like, do I want to talk about this? Is this even worth my time? So I feel like the ones that we talk about today, I do feel that there are a lot of potential. Just like this next game from Neon Doctrine, who announced that they will be publishing. I know, right? They're publishing the Ghibli-inspired Zelda-esque 3D adventure game, a mouthful, called Altheia: The Wrath of Aferi. Developed by an Italian studio, Marslit Games.
Oh,
And yeah, let's take a look at that trailer.
all right.
Yes. Their words, not mine, that this is Ghibli inspired.
Wow, I can see it. I can see a
Yeah.
little Mononoke inspirations right there.
It immediately get the Mononoke vibe.
I also heard a little bit of what sounded like the Terminator at the beginning. But you know, that's all right. That's cool. I'm kind of intrigued already though. That I'm a sucker for cell shading and
See?
I heard it.
Immediately spirited away. They're like, oh yeah, no, totally Ghibli inspired. Those like invisible deer.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. The spirits of the forest or whatever.
Yeah.
I assume. Even the little underneath the eyes there, the little red shapes. Oh yeah. You know, like I said in I think our last stream, there's nothing wrong with wearing your inspirations on your sleeve. As long as you bring something new to the table, and obviously I don't think they could make a game without bringing something new to the table.
And preferably being like forthright about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just be like, oh yeah, no, we're totally inspired by this. Like, make no mistakes. Like, this is where we get a lot of
Nope,
our,
I thought of this
inspiration.
entire game in a vacuum.
all the art.
This is all
style,
me.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
I did all of it.
Yeah.
But no, that
No,
looks,
but-
so that looks kind of like Zelda-ish in terms of gameplay so far.
Yep. There's the Zelda gameplay. Yeah. They
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
Zelda-esque. Yeah.
You
I
know,
think this is super like a good like mashup, like Ghibli style aesthetics, Zelda gameplay. I can definitely see this series going far.
Yeah. I can dig it. Yes. That's cool.
It looks good, right? Right? Man.
The Wrath of Aferi. Oh, I wonder if Aferi is the name of the protagonist.
No, her name is Lily, but it
Oh,
could
okay.
be. I don't know how Italian
Because
like,
it looked like her
nicknames.
love interest was like I mean, I assume love interest, or maybe her somebody she knows was dying. I don't know.
Well, you know,
And she
the
was all
legend- the
angry
legend
about
of
it, and I was like, oh, maybe she's a fairy or whatever.
The Legend of Zelda. You don't play as Zelda, right? So you know.
That's true. Okay,
The
so
Wrath of
anyways,
Aferi.
so again, that is Altheia, the Wrath of Aferi. That is Altheia.
Yes,
Check that out when you get a chance, because that looks
Yeah.
cool.
I know, right?
When's it coming out?
No release date, unfortunately. But the good news is that it is being developed for PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Switch, and PC. So, like, you can't escape this game if you want. You can't be like, oh, dang it, I don't have one of these. Okay, you still could, but the chances is pretty slim.
You know what? Also, I kind of like about that is that it has some of the Zelda vibes from like pre Breath of the Wild, kind of. So I wonder if this could be kind of the the temple focused kind of Zelda esque game.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That
would
you know,
be
because I
interesting.
feel like I don't know. I haven't played the newest one.
Mhm.
Somehow I feel like I'm the last one to not play it, but I feel like there's been that shaped hole in my heart. The old school, like, well, anyways, we'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
Mhm.
This next one comes from a pretty long running series that a lot of people are actually pretty excited for. This one's coming from Spike Chunsoft, who have announced that they will be releasing the 6th entry of the Shiren the Wanderer series, called Shiren the Wanderer, the Mystery Dungeon of Serpentcoil Island.
Yes.
This is a dungeon crawler that was announced in a recent Japanese Nintendo Direct, and now we do have confirmation that it is getting an international release.
Yep.
Which is why we didn't talk about it during the last roundup, but now
We were asked about it though, and also this is the Japanese trailer because they don't have the English trailer yet.
Yeah.
I imagine they will soon, but doesn't stop the fact that you can see what the game's about.
I mean, you guys are probably going to play it in Japanese dialogue anyway. That looks like Godzilla.
All these dirty weebs.
We love you.
So yeah, no, I've actually never played this game myself because I can't dungeon crawler, but I've seen people play this game. So I remember people telling me it's a really hard series.
I've heard that as
like,
well.
This game is hard.
Yeah. It's that whole
like you don't
mystery.
know what you're gonna walk into, like a random ambush, and you just like die. It's like SMT, but dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just die. It just happens. You just
So, that is the new Shiren the Wanderer. It's going to be coming out in February on the 27th on the Nintendo Switch exclusively. I'm sorry, your arguments are invalid. I know.
That's on the Switch. You should get a Switch. I think you should get a Switch. Yeah, just get
a Switch, and that way they can announce the new one.
The second he gets a Switch, SMT5 on every console possible, and all in better graphics. All right. Next up, we've got a new title from Nitro Plus and NetEase Games. They're announcing that they're working on a new 2.5 dimension action side scroller called Rusty Rabbit, following a rabbit named Stump, who journeys through this frozen planet after humans abandoned it thousands of years ago, right? So far, like, okay, Nitro Plus, NetEase, not exactly studios that excites me, but here's the thing that got me wanting to talk about it.
Okay.
The game's concept and screenplay will be written by none other than Gen Urobushi, who is very affectionately nicknamed Uro Butcher by the fans. If anyone knows who I'm talking about, yeah, that guy. For his works in Sayonouta, Madoka Magica, and Psychopaths. Extremely prolific and
Psychopaths.
Well liked, let's say. He has a fan base. This guy knows what he's doing. So let's watch that trailer.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Yes. This is the guy who wrote Madoka, for anyone who
and ages is 7+.
Madoka.
Okay, so it's not going to be
for now. Because you know what this guy is known for. This guy is known for making things that at first glance feels very unassuming.
Uh-huh.
And then rips a heart out of you.
I've heard tales.
Yeah.
Speaking of tales.
When he makes a game about a middle-aged bunny going on a journey, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's totally an alcoholic. Yeah, he's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic. Yeah, whatever.
Age
7.
Family.
Yeah. Age 7.
It's a family game.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, like, that if I didn't see Gen Urobushi's name tied to this, I would maybe consider not talking about the game. I'm like, it's fine, it's pretty, but yeah, no, the main draw for me is Urobushi's on this, and I need to know what evil thing he has done.
Usagi Yorobo.
Yes. I mean, he can write a very depressing story without it going without going into the rated, whatever.
You can do a lot with a little.
You can do a lot without being inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Again,
what's that say about Fate/Zero? Here,
Fate Zero?
Yeah, that said something about Fate Zero there.
And he probably did the script for that one too. The guy is all over the place. He is he's very prolific, and all the works that he's touched, they're mostly really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're mostly really good. This got me very excited. And unlike the previous game, this one actually has a release time,
kind of.
kind of 2024, so sometime next year, which is better than like indefinite, right? Released on PS5 and PC, which is the other thing that's interesting. No PS4, no Switch, no Xbox, just PS5 and PC. I'm just like, really, this game
requires an SSD,
it
man.
to be PS5.
Yep.
Requires a PC.
Yep, SSD needs an SSD. That's the
Needs an SSD to run.
again.
We'll see. Yeah.
Again, that was Rusty Rabbit.
That was Rusty Rabbit. It looks so interesting. Yeah. Check it out. Depressing stories incoming. No one expects anything less.
All right. So, Acquire has also announced a new real-time RPG called Scars of Mars. Taking the role of a commander humanoid unit, you'll need to rescue survivors from a research facility on Mars.
Wouldn't have guessed that would have been on Mars.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I was thinking Mercury or Venus, but Mars, really?
Scars of Mars.
So I think this one's interesting because not only is this an Acquire self-publishing game, but also that this is a wild departure from the more recent Acquire games, right? Just to give you an idea, like Acquire is the company that did Akiba Strip.
That's right. Yeah, this is
like
pretty different. And then you can see that like grid on the bottom of. Oh man. Okay. Well, that was a short trailer.
It's a short trailer, yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of an interesting looking RPG.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it. It's like, hey, did you know that Acquire is trying to make like kind of like a darker, less animated, not etchy game? Like, imagine that. Yeah, I think Acquire also did like the School of Heroes series.
You don't know. It could get itchy later on. You just I mean,
suddenly anime waifus just popping out everywhere, getting stripped down. It's like, oh no, Acquire. Oh dear.
Hey, some of them could be husbandos getting stripped down too. You don't know.
That's true. That's true.
It's happened before.
Strip it down, everybody.
So you can look forward to seeing this come out in 2024. It's coming out on PC via Steam. As far as we know, that's about it.
Yeah, little things. This one also going to be a relatively short announcement, but I also thought it was pretty interesting. This one's coming from Spiral Up Games, and if that sounds familiar to you, it's because they're the publisher of Wandering Sword. Yeah, so they're publishing a new turn-based roguelike strategy game from Rocket Punch Games called Anomaly Collapse, and it looks really neat. So another one of those indie gems that I wanted to share.
All right. Well, let's check it out.
I'm just like really loving all the indie games right now. Like
Anomaly Reaction Association, protect your daily life. Dear citizens.
And then this is a very cute trailer.
Yeah,
it's not just like gameplay and heavy metal rock. Yeah.
It's like a little PSA sort of deal.
I know, it's cute.
These creatures are totally completely 100%.
And they show you gameplay.
Yeah.
It's like the two things that I like about trailers, like the good ones. You know, it's
creativity plus gameplay.
Thank you. That's why I want. Mixed for a very likable experience.
Those who refuse to comply with the regulations will take the consequences.
Thanks for your cooperation. Goodbye.
All right.
I get that GLaDOS feels from them.
I was gonna say, like, definitely gave me some like Valve trailer vibes.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that's where they're getting their inspiration from. So no release date for that either, but it is being developed for PC. And speaking of Valve, it's on Steam, so you can wish list it right now. And that game again is Anomaly Collapse.
Cool.
Yeah.
So next up, publisher Gamera Games.
Yeah,
sorry,
I know.
I got confused there because I was thinking gamer. No, it's Gamera.
Like, Gamera?
Game Era? I don't. Who knows?
Game Era.
Yeah. So, publisher Gamera Games announced that they will be releasing a new hand-drawn fantasy RPG featuring a young girl named Yugari and her first journey.
Yes.
So,
Oh, this one's pretty.
oh,
This one's
okay.
pretty. Yeah.
All right, where is it? Right here.
We like showing different kinds of games, right? So you'll see like all these games that I'm throwing out there. They're very wild in style and gameplay. Want to, show you guys the different kinds of arts.
Get a
Not
feel
everything
for
is
the
just,
field.
yeah, it's not all just turn-based in action or turn-based in action. Like there are so many things out there.
Yeah,
And they are gorgeous.
variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, this is the hand-drawn art.
That is pretty. All right, gameplay now.
I want to see some. You'll see some gameplay.
Okay. I'll reel it in. I'm just excited. I want to see these games in action. What's that? Oh.
Yeah, there's a little point and click here.
Okay. That's all right. I mean, the art is.
I think they'll
really
show you the
cool.
battle. I remember seeing the battle.
Interesting use of the papyrus
Travel
font
and
there.
map. Oh, it's like a text, adventure too. You get to pick different choices.
I know. I was just, as a font
Look at
snob, I
that.
have to poke fun a little bit at the use of papyrus as a font in.
In a game.
Well, in a trailer. It's the trailer text. It's probably not gonna have too much papyrus.
She just used like a cart. So it looks like you do use like carts in like these battles.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
I
interesting.
think that was the battle right there. Like,
Okay, that was the gameplay. I mean, I guess it's all gameplay though. Really, it's just different. I like the use of the 3D camera, even though it's like 2D assets. I think that's pretty slick. Abyss Fantasia. God, that is a beautiful looking game.
right? I saw that. I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about this. This is a beautiful, beautiful looking game.
Yeah, well, we can look forward to getting our hands on it sometime in 2024 on PC via Steam.
Yeah,
Keep your eyes
man.
peeled for that Abyss Fantasia. Dang.
All right. Now, moving away from like pretty games, let's talk about this probably going to be a super eccentric game from famed directors Swery65 of the Dark Dreams Don't Die fame and Suda51 from No More Heroes.
Oh.
Can you believe that
So
these two
it's
guys
the
are
Numbers
friends?
Gang.
Can you,
That would
I
that would explain the numbers, wouldn't it?
I always mix these two guys because I'm always like, oh yeah, that director with like the numbers in the end. Yeah, but there are two of them and they are friends.
The funny
Like,
thing
they're
is,
good
like with
friends.
when it comes to Suda 51, I can't help but like every time I think of, I'm trying to remember the name of Suda 51. I keep thinking Suda 41 because I keep thinking of some 41 because I'm from the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
so I always get that confused. But anyways, that makes sense that these two would know each other, huh?
Yeah, no, not only do they know each other, they're like really good buddies, like IRL too. So two super eccentric directors got together to make this new title called Hotel Barcelona. And it is and I quote, a 2.5D slasher film parodic action game, like parody action game. And the game is set to have alien entities, AI enhanced sharks, and all in the while getting stuck in an endless time loop filled with serial killers. So yeah, no, sounds about right.
Interesting.
Sounds about things that they would make. So let's take a look at that.
Man, when I saw the
Yeah,
title
those
of
two
this
guys.
game, when I saw the title of this game, the first thing that came to my mind was like a Hotel California, the the famous Eagles song.
Yes.
And after hearing the hang on, why is that not working?
I have no idea. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh, is it because it's an 18 plus trailer or something like
Is
that?
it 18
Age
plus?
restricted?
Oh yeah, no, that must be it. Well, you know what? You guys will just have to watch it yourself later. Okay, we're
You
just
know
gonna.
what? That's probably not a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah.
Just
Watch
if it is
I-
age gated, I don't want this show to be also.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like I watched through it. I don't think there was anything that was particularly bad, but just to be safe, of course, I'm not saying we should watch it. We shouldn't. I don't think there's anything particularly bad. Maybe it's just a lot of blood and gore.
That's probably it. I mean,
Yeah.
that is kind of Suda 51's claim to fame, especially with No Mere Heroes, at least.
Yes. So we'll post. By the way, for anyone who might be new to this channel, all the videos that we watch, all the links will be in the description after the show. So just go watch it. Go click on that later. And while you wait for that description, definitely give us a comment in the comment section. So this game is coming out on 2024 on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. So no PS4, no Switch, no Xbox One. Sorry, we're moving to the future now, guys.
Well, that's all right. They'll probably be
Yeah.
announced for the Super Nintendo Switch once that's announced.
The Super Nintendo Switch. I can't wait.
That's what I'm naming it, man.
Super Switch.
It's got to be the Super Nintendo Switch. Just bring it back.
Invalid will buy one.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is a game that we should be able to watch the trailer for. So
absolutely.
It's not really. This one's not really a huge announcement, but 505 Games has just shared a new trailer for the game that I'm pretty most hyped at this point for. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, and
Yes.
this one is in English. So let's check this out.
Oh yeah, I think this is cool because this one not only is in English, it also shows new like gameplay. This is the TGS trailer that they showed. So
All right, let's
Yes.
check this out.
let's try to hype responsibly because like as
Nope.
we get closer and closer to the
Stop.
release date.
Don't even bother. I'm just kidding. Please try. Give it a passing attempt. The old college try to hype responsibly here, guys. But I won't hold it against you if you can't.
Seen what I've seen.
Oh,
You know this war is
Yeah.
unjust.
English voice acting. There you go. This is kind of why I want to share it. Not that I personally care, because as you guys know, I like Japanese voice acting, but I know
Sure.
a lot of you care. And it's really good. So I'm just like, wow, the voice acting so far has been pretty quality.
oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of RPG streaming tips, play it in English dialogue
yeah.
if you have the chance, because
Mhm.
people won't be reading along with you generally.
Oh, people love English voice acting. Not a thing I do, but
Mhm.
you know, do as I say, not as I do in this case.
Mostly because some people just listen in the background and it
That's
helps.
true. Yeah, magical girl.
Yep. I think she was in Eiyuden Chronicle Rising
Ooh,
as a cameo.
God, that looks so freaking cool.
God, I know.
I
That looks-
know.
That looks ridiculous. I love it.
Done anything for humanity.
Oh, that's good VA
You'd
so
rather
far.
keep your hands clean than secure a future for your people. All the same, I will do what is right. You will not shame or scare me away from it.
Here's the theme song.
You can help more than a person here or a person there. You can help entire nations.
I think this is also the first time that they're featuring the theme song.
Help me rise to the occasion too.
I like it.
A soldier's greatest wish is
I think they said the person who sings the theme song is also the one who sang for Xenoblade X, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's called Flags of Brave. I saw it show up in the corner there.
Mm.
I live here. I grew up here.
Oh
There's
man.
no way I'm gonna let a bunch of damn corpses defile my home.
Oh, this trailer is so much cooler than the one we saw last week. I was like, okay, I have to show this. I have
know.
to. I
That
had no
looks-
choice.
Cool as hell, man. I am.
Will never break us.
Mm.
Yeah. Ooh. It's hard. It's hard to stay, not hyped by this. But please do hype responsibly until April, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Only a couple of months. Only like a half a year or so.
Well played, Rabbit and Bear. Well
Yeah.
played.
Well played. Yeah.
So we can expect to play this on April. Took a minute to do the mental math. April 23rd of 2024. It's coming out on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series XS, Switch, and PC via Steam. Digital pre-orders are available now, and it will come with the early bird pack. The contents of this pack will be available for purchase separately as well.
Yes.
Also, if you haven't already, we did put out the PSA last time that what was the name of the company again?
Yeti.
Yes, the Yeti. The Yeti. They are reaching out to backers to get your order filled for your physical release.
Yep.
What platform did you go with?
PS5.
I'm not sure which one I chose, if it was Switch or PS5. I know I did one of those two. I don't remember anymore which one it was though.
So I went for PS5 because if I want on the Switch, I'll just buy it again on the Switch. But
Yeah.
like maybe digital this time.
Mhm.
So like that way, I had the PS5 version.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one I wanted it on because I'm like, at this point, the Switch is going to be like a little long in the tooth, and I want this thing to look pretty when I play it. So I might have gone with
it
PS5
deserves
after
it.
all. Mm-hmm.
It deserves it. No, you know what I'm worried about for the Switch, honestly? Sometimes the loading. The loading time is definitely just a little longer than I'd like than PS5. And PS5 just does load faster. Like I've tried games that are basically the same game. PS5 just loads faster.
Do you?
And like,
I
yeah.
mean, it does have that SSD.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of different classes of SD card. Are you playing off of like the internal storage of the Switch, or like off of an SD card?
Internal storage.
Okay. I wonder if that's faster than like the maximum throughput of the SD card.
No. Yeah.
That might
I
be
don't
something to look
know.
into if you're experiencing load time issues. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but
But that's the thing. It's not so bad that I would think is an issue, but it's enough to be like, if given the choice and I'm playing this at home, I would do PS5.
ooh. Somebody says in chat that the Switch footage leaked early and it looks rough.
Ooh, oh no.
But I mean, let's also be real. The Switch footage is still long before this game is going to be coming out. So realistically, any footage at this point might look rough regardless of the system. But let's hope that that gets resolved.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I say get it on PS5 just to be safe. And then you can always get it like on discount digitally on the Switch if you want it.
Yeah. Also, again, that was in case you missed the title the first time. That is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes.
Man, that game looks so good. Yeah. Okay. We're entering like you notice that we're leaving like the indies and entering like the more hyped territory. So please brace yourself. This is probably going to be like the last game that like people may not know too much about. And that is we do have a release date for a new tactical RPG from Bushido Road. We have looked at it before, and the game is called Goblin Slayer: Another Adventure Nightmare Feast.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the release date for this now, and we have a new trailer that I don't know if we've looked at, but it definitely has like battle sequence and such this time around.
All right, let's check it out then. I mean, if we have seen it before, I mean, whatever. This is what it's here for.
It's
and
53 seconds. It should be fun.
it doesn't look that familiar. Title, cool. Oh,
Yeah, there's definitely.
that's
some
not
battle
what I was
sequence here.
expecting.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I have seen this. I don't know. It looks. Okay, we did look at this. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're different characters.
Oh my gosh. That 16-bit style, 32-bit style pixel art. I love it.
I know. It brings me back to like the Super Nintendo days, except with like the portraits look a lot better.
Yeah, well, I mean, just a little better, a smidgen better,
just a tad. Yeah. So I wanted to bring this up because here's the caveat. Okay, so bear with me for a second. The release day is February 29th, 2024. I know, tough time to try to get yourself out the door in RPG land. February 29th, releasing on the Switch and PC via Steam. English and Japanese language options are available. And here's the caveat. I don't know if this is already the international release or they're going to have like a separate, like, you know, local, like fully localized version, because I honestly don't know what English language options available. Because I don't know what to expect, because Bushido Road Games is like relatively new. So Bushido Road has been around, but like their whole like push for like publishing games and stuff, that's a relatively new endeavor for them. So I don't know what their release pattern is like, or behavior. Like NISA has like a certain thing that they do. Falcom has a certain thing that they do that I can come to reliably expect. Bushido Road, no idea. So take that as you will. It could be a Japanese release, there could be an international release later, or this is the international release and it just comes in Japanese and English language and you can just pick between the two, no difference. Could be. So we'll see. But we'll see in February what that looks like.
Alrighty. Well, that looks super cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. You gave me
now we're entering hype territory, sir.
I object
Eiyuden.
to you giving me this next one to talk about. All right.
I mean,
fine.
you object, but you'll still do it, right?
Yeah, of course. Because Capcom have announced that they'll be releasing the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, which will consist of the HD remaster of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice.
Yes.
In addition to the upgraded graphics, the trilogy will also include other features, such as the orchestral hall that will allow players to listen to a total of 175 tracks from all three games and 14 tracks from the series Orchestra Concerts.
That's so cool.
All special episodes and costumes that were only available for pre-order specials or paid content are actually going to be included in this collection. So if you, like me, never ponied up for any of the DLCs, well, here's the chance to get them anyway.
Yeah. This is the definitive edition treatment right here.
Oh, yes. So, also interesting to note is that the game will be available in 7 languages, and that includes voice dubs.
Yes. So that's not just 7 text languages. They have 7 fully dubbed voice overs.
Yes.
Never mind, like, oh, do they have English dub? No, they have English dub and this other one and this other one. That's crazy. If the reporting's correct, anyways.
All of the dubs.
I think that's crazy.
A new era begins, 2008. You know what my favorite... I really just hope... I don't know, but I hope that this series heavily features Best Boy.
Who's Best Boy?
Larry Butts, of course.
Objection!
I mean, for no particular reason, you know, just something about Larry Butts, you know. I just think he's got to be a stand-up swell kind of guy.
I know so many people who are extremely excited about this. I do like that this is like the definitive edition. You can get it all in one place in a relatively modern console, right? You know, and in all the languages that you can want. You know, with all the DLCs and everything, you're not missing any content.
Are all of the dubs just going to be people saying objection in different languages?
I'm sure that's the reason why they were able to get 7 languages.
That would make sense.
It sounds less impressive now that you said it like that.
Listen to objection in 7 different languages. Objection.
Objection.
It's just the same word, just different accents.
Hey, they still have to hire people to do it.
That's true.
Yeah. It's better than who is it who refuses to like do different languages? I forgot who it was. This is one company that we were like joining on.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't say that I share the same excitement for this because I don't know any of these characters other than like Phoenix Wright and like Maya and like the older characters from the previous game. I know nothing about this new trilogy. So I have no idea who these people are. I never played the new games, the Apollo games.
Wait a second. I think I saw it. Hang on. Really important.
What?
Let me go back a little. Here, let me just Okay. Keep your eye on lower right. There he is!
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, different costumes apparently.
I have been satisfied.
Yeah. Iggy.
I'm glad that they included the main character.
6 other languages. This is the orchestra hall. Yeah, so that's kind of cool because I know there's some people who like really like these music, and you can just listen to all of it all in one place. Nice.
Okay, there's more than just objections going on in English, at least.
I think it's cool. Good guy.
Yeah.
Capcom just keeps winning, man. This Capcom is winning so freaking hard right now.
They would win a little harder if they made a trailer like that, but for the Breath of Fire collection that, of course, they're working on that haven't yet announced. But we'll be sure to cover that when that eventually does get announced. So you can expect to play this on January 25th, 2024, and it's coming to PS4, just PS4, Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam.
That's right. All right.
Oh, I see what you did here.
Speaking of dragons, let's talk about this little gem here that I am extremely excited for. The RGG studio just gave us a release date for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, also known as Like a Dragon 8 or Yakuza 8, which takes place after the events of Yakuza Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. So this game will feature dual protagonists Ichiban Kasuga and Kazuma Kiryu, and the return of basically the entire cast from Yakuza Like a Dragon. So guess what? If you like a certain game, a certain character from the previous game, they're back, and hopefully better than before. The game will also feature actors Danny Trejo and Daniel Day Kim, which is kind of cool. Yeah, no, I'm
That's
serious.
awesome.
Okay, so for those who don't know, the Yakuza series, or now the Like a Dragon series, they are actually well known for featuring real life like actors from like gangster Yakuza movies, and just use their likeness for a character and have them voice the character, right? So famous example would be like Yakuza 0, right? They had multiple like these like Yakuza film actors who came and play as like the Aniki. So have you played Yakuza 0? You haven't, right? You only played Like a Dragon. Okay.
Only Like a Dragon.
Even in Like a Dragon, there are characters you may not know, but there are like actual celebrities who plays in these like gangster movies, and like but they do a really good job because like they don't introduce them as like their real life counterpart, but they make like a new character, just use their likeness and then have them voice it, right? So this is like well within their DNA, but this time is because the game takes place in Hawaii, they're inviting like actors that are not necessarily Japanese this time to join. And wouldn't you know it, they have freaking Daniel Day-Kim and Danny Trejo in here. So I don't know if they're in this trailer, but if they do, I'll point it out. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I can't help but think of, like, every time I think of Danny Trejo, is his role in Bubble Boy.
Oh, he's a gangster in this one.
It won't play this one either.
I wouldn't play this one. Why?
Probably because it features the Isle of Man asses. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, it's like a dragon. Should we play one that isn't age restricted? I feel like you should at least see.
if we can find one that's not age restricted, let's throw it in there.
The one that we saw before wasn't age restricted. Hang on. The one we saw from like a long time ago, which unfortunately we'll have to do at least. Hang on 1 second. Oh man! Oh, that's so unfortunate
Are
that
they
they
all
have
age
blocked
restricted?
that. Oh no! I meant like it's so unfortunate that they have blocked that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but well, let's try it. Ah, God, that's so freaking loud. Can we try this one?
All right. Yeah, I'll try that one out here.
That Sega logo, that bling, and I'm like, it makes me jump. All right. And I'll also look for the older one, the one that I know we've definitely seen, and we should be okay.
Okay, let's check out this trailer if it will allow me to. Oh yeah, here we go. Likely mature 17
It's
plus.
17 plus. It's not even 18. I don't understand them.
All right, so again, guys, this is for immature audiences only.
Bask in the tropical sun, take in the ocean breeze, and join Ichiban as he explores paradise on a mission to find his mother. Alone, far from home, without a penny to his name, he must rise
Again.
from rock bottom.
Is that how a lot of these Yakuza games go? Or is it just Ichiban who's like cursed with poverty?
No, Kiryu always starts every game just broke for some reason. it's like Ado losing all his equipment. They just lose all their money.
It makes sense.
Just so, very bizarre.
Because like if you started the game like with all of the money, it would kind of ruin some of that progression.
I understand why, but you know the story explanation will never not be funny.
Okay, some of
here's
these
the turn base.
Okay, I gotta say, part of the combat. Okay, there again, it looks like they're like a screen recording of like they recorded a different screen with like a phone. Like you know what I'm talking about, right? It looks every once in a while like they spliced in like bootleg footage. There again. I don't know why.
Every now and then.
Just to make it look like like a bootleg.
Changing jobs by going on to what yoga instructor? Is that going to be a new job?
I hope so.
I hope so. Surfer's got to be a job. Samurai. Desperado.
Oh man.
Geodancer? Really? Oh. Look at that poi. Look at that poi.
Yeah.
Housekeeper.
Power washer.
Oh,
dude, I love that outfit. Very reminiscent of classic
classic Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Observe, listen,
The summons. Oh man. Oh. I love it. Okay.
Houndmates!
They make a return. Yes.
Ooh, the summons are so fun in this game. The summons are so fun.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna have.
Oh, look, it's Yuki and Koyuki.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you don't know because you haven't played those games. What? Kaudu's back? It's a lot of characters from previous Yakuza series that are making a return.
The crawfish
and also
came back.
Lobster.
I can't remember her name though.
Kaudu is back.
The chicken. Okay, cool.
Every experience makes Ichiban and his friends grow stronger.
Oh man. Okay, this is gonna be a
All
long
the
trailer,
mini
isn't
games. But it's worth it. It's so
I know.
packed.
I
This thing is so packed.
I'm kind of okay with this.
Side experiences either.
Oh. kind of reminds me of the can game, but on a bicycle.
Less clunky.
Let's hope.
Super crazy jump.
Finishing the job in style.
Well, imagine making a game that's more fun than Sonic. Sorry, Sonic fan. I'm sorry. Sujimon battles?
You can be a Sujimon master this way? Nice.
Oh no.
Create your
Oh.
profile the way you want it, and put your chatting skills to the test to lighten
Oh dear. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm thinking it's probably...
Will you be able to meet the girl of your dreams?
Oh, hello.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hello.
Surprise waiting in store.
Oh, hello.
Karaoke offers an incredible
Hey,
Karaoke.
karaoke.
to your heart's content.
Huh. I remember really playing a
Oh
lot
look,
of karaoke.
K-pop's back. And what's her name is back? I forgot her name already.
Saya?
Saudi? I forgot her name.
It's been a minute. Wait, what? Dude, look at the CRT effect on that.
Games return in this title.
Yeah, you can go to. Have you ever played the arcade games?
Yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Like Space Harrier.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff?
I'm saying specifically the
CRT
effect that makes it look like a CRT. Oh, that was nice.
And tons of mesmerizing
Psycho was the name.
Toku Studio brings you the ultimate entertainment.
It was Seiko.
On the wild side.
Psycho. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
I only remembered because they said it out loud in the VA. Oh, that's cool.
All right. Yep. I am officially going to be extremely busy. January.
Have you not seen that trailer yet?
26th.
You didn't see that one, huh?
Okay. No, I've not seen this trailer.
That's
I've
awesome.
not seen this trailer in full anyways. I was skipping through because I didn't have time. I was just checking like, okay, is this gonna be a good trailer? Okay, then I just like slap it on because I didn't have time. You know what I did watch though? I did watch the 10 minutes story trailer, which has spoilers.
I saw that too.
Yes, but I am extremely hyped because I saw the 10-minute story trailer. Let me tell you, what you all saw just now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The story gets insane. It's just in typical Yakuza fashion.
It spoils probably the first like half hour to 2 hours of gameplay, I'm sure, but
yeah.
I'm sure that they wouldn't
just
spoil
the
much more than
tip.
that though.
It's just the
Oh,
tip.
geez.
It's just I
Okay.
mean, you remember Like a Dragon? Like the kind of twists and turns that the series, throws at you. Like
Yeah.
you wake up out of nowhere and then before you know you're involved with all these like underground activities and then you discover a bunch of things. It's gonna be like that, I think.
Yeah, man, guys,
Yeah.
if you haven't already played Like a Dragon, I haven't finished my review of it yet, but you ought to. I mean, honestly, it was a very fresh breath of air to play that game, and if you do still have time, I think if you play
Yeah.
soon, you can get caught up in time to play this upon release.
Well, actually, I think if any of you guys are interested in playing this game, you should play it now because
That's right.
remember in November, there is a little game that's coming out called Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. That will tell you the events just before Like a Dragon and after Like a Dragon, leading into this new game.
Yeah.
So if you want to play Like a Dragon, you should probably do it before November. And then you can play the Gaiden, and then you can play this in January. It's
Alright.
almost like they know how to release game in a schedule that makes sense.
Almost as
Square
if.
Enix. Wow. Wouldn't you know it? There's some science to this. So, boy, again, we'll link the 10-minute trailer in the description because I just think it's a extremely worthy watch. I can hardly handle my hype, even though I keep saying hype responsibly. But if you want to avoid spoiler, of course, you have been warned. It is a story trailer, so
I would also say that the story that it shows probably won't make much sense if you haven't played the Yakuza 7, honestly, or Like a Dragon. So just so you know.
But if you want to see Daniel Tae Kim and Danny Trejo, go watch the story trailer because they're definitely featured in there. Oh my God, Danny Trejo looks so cool.
Does he look like so Danny Trejo?
Did you saw the?
I don't remember. I wasn't looking for Danny Trejo. I was just.
So you didn't notice?
No, I guess I didn't.
It's okay. I didn't notice either until they said it. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. Okay. It's just his hair was very different. Go back and watch it and see if you spot him. He appears a couple of times. Okay. Anyway, sorry. The game again is coming out on January 26, 2024. And it will be released on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Just no Switch, Mr. Invalid. Pre-order is now available. The digital version comes in 3 flavors: the standard, deluxe, and complete edition. For whatever reason, it's almost like Sega doesn't like money. They don't have a limited edition for the physical release, which is very bizarre. But the physical edition is also available. There's that, and it's available in major retailers like Amazon, where I bought mine. So yeah, check it out.
So what do you guys think? Is infinite wealth, infinite hype? I mean, Baku's looking like.
Like I said, watch that 10-minute trailer, and if you're not hyped after that, then okay, maybe you just don't want this game.
I was gonna say your hair's looking a little windswept after that one. It's like watching that Vincent McMahon meme.
Just infinite hype. Infinite hype.
I'm surprised your chair didn't flip over backwards at the end. All
yeah,
right.
I'm so hyped out that I'm just gonna let you talk about the next 2 things because I need to take a break.
All right. Well, catch your breath here, Baku. And for everybody at home, get ready for a little bit of extra hype because we have a pair of Trails news from Falcom, starting with Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 getting a double pack that will play natively on PlayStation 5. They're going to make me buy this again, aren't they? Okay.
I have to buy it.
So, pre-order for the limited edition will cost you just a cool $100 and comes with 2 digital soundtracks, 2 mini art books, 1 hardcover Twilight art book, a cloth map of Erebonia, and some collectible cards, and a partridge and a pear tree. Except for those last 2. The bundle will be out in early 2024.
So I think for anyone who has not played a game yet, if you want to get like a used copy, I think it's like $40 each.
They're not super cheap at this point.
Yeah, they're not full price, but they're also not super cheap. So I feel like $100 for both games for PS5 and all the extra, not a bad deal if you haven't played it yet.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, the tough ones to get your hands on are Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 because those are the domain of Xseed at this point. And the only releases that we got on those for PS4 were Steelbook editions, making them expensive as heck. Unless you decide to go with the PAL Territories releases, which are a lot more affordable and are not Steelbooks. That's what I ended up doing personally, so I wouldn't hesitate to go that route for anybody listening at home.
I think I got lucky and bought them for like really cheap. I don't know how. But like, I guess no one wanted it when I just heard about the game series, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll buy it now. I'll play it at some point. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, if you play them and decide you don't want the steel books, just let me know.
I will let you know.
All right. So the next one though is a little bit more hype than that, though. It's hard to compete with a Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 combo pack. This one is another announcement from Falcom. the official international release of Kuro no Kiseki, now known as The Legend of Heroes: Trails Through Daybreak. For the uninitiated, this is the 11th installment into the long-running connected story of games that takes place a year after the release of the events of Trails into Reverie. Daybreak will feature an entirely new cast from previous games, as well as some returning characters. This is the start of a brand new arc, and we have an English trailer.
Yep, you guys can listen to the voice acting.
Time for me to try to hype responsibly, because I have not seen this before. I have not seen this trailer yet. I've waited.
You've waited.
I waited.
All right, let's see. Let's just all stare at up.
I'm willing to take work from Hayway, Jaegers, thugs, and hell, even the society. My door's open to them all. Not you, though. You're a special kind of bad.
What? Oh. What's going on here? I wonder who the protagonists are this time around. Like, I mean, obviously we don't know. I mean, okay. But like, what's their deal? Whoa, that looks like a little bit of a leap in graphical fidelity.
Just a bit, just a tad.
Okay.
You are a valued external tester for our
company. Come on, Theo, Zeros.
Even I can't handle a job like this alone.
Another time, perhaps, Van.
Looks like they put some extra attention to detail at Claire.
Won't be able to count on the guild this time. I'll need another.
Okay, I feel like I already know some of these characters, but I don't.
Up to it. Let's go.
But I wonder.
I'll say that
he's got a persona.
Have you ever seen an anime called Gintoki or heard of an anime called Gintoki? I mean, Gintama, not Gintoki.
Yes.
Gintama. Vine gives you like strong Gintoki vibe.
I won't let it happen. I won't let anyone
What
damage the
is
place
this
she holds
crew?
so dear.
I care little as
Like,
to
they
how
don't-
this ends.
They don't
I
look
will
like.
leave the decision to you.
Are they Jaegers? Or
It is at the heart.
who knows?
The foundation
I don't
upon
know.
which all
What
else
kind of?
exists.
They're.
Life is dull if everything goes the way you want it to.
I don't know.
Isn't that
This looks
right?
cool.
My life's been a living nightmare for more than a decade now.
Van, no! You can't!
So how does it feel? Tell me, tell me!
You picked the wrong day to mess with me!
The Legend of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak.
So instead of robots, this time
man.
it's
From here,
you know,
a new trail begins.
like
Coming summer 2024 to
Tokusatsu, like superhero transformation looks like.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me a little bit of like, you know, Guyver, a little bit of like
Masked Rider kind of deal. Yeah.
It kind of gives me vibes of Wild Arms 2, you know, the guy who could transform. I don't know if you've played that before, but
I had
Oh,
long
man.
time ago.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucking good, right?
Oh man. Okay. Well.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry. I mean, it looks fine. We'll see
Yeah.
how it plays eventually.
Hype responsibly.
I mean, it's hard to say if it's going to be any good or not. But calm down.
Yeah, calm down. Calm down.
So,
Mhm.
summer 2024 coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch, PC via Steam. You can pre-order currently. It is available at Nisa's store. The limited edition comes with a 240-page art book, a soundtrack, a steelbook case, and a business card case.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also spend an extra $65 and get a couple of plushies out of it.
Yes, that's correct. You get the Vaughn and the Agnes plushie, like I think the main characters plushies.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to check that out after the stream. I mean, I've already got a couple of collector's editions already over there, but you know, I got. I'm actually running out of room on my shelf, but I can make a little bit of room.
Nisa doing a pretty good job in the limited collector edition game. And when they say limited, they mean limited. Like once it sells out, it's really gone.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get it again.
I've unboxed a couple of them over the last few a couple years, 1 year even. Yeah, they do some good stuff, that's for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Keep your
Summer
eyes.
2024. That's not that long from now.
I know. I need to. I have 2 more Trails games I need to play to get caught up. 3 more because I still haven't played the other Trails game that's just come out. No. They've got the action RPG Nayuta.
Oh,
just
Nayuta,
came
okay,
out.
Yeah.
I need. Well, I mean, I don't, that's not connected to the story so far, but
yeah, maybe you just play it later when they make it. They tell you that it is connected. Maybe you just play it later.
Maybe
also,
so.
I wonder. Okay, look, if Nayuta is anything like an East game, not just in like playing, it might be a lot shorter than some of these other games.
I'm sure
Yeah,
it's not
so-
it's also a PSP game, or it was.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's not like a 100-hour endeavor.
Yeah.
But man, I've heard it's also really, really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for all the TGS roundup. How are you feeling, sir? How do you like TGS? TGS is wild.
I'm feeling irresponsibly hyped right now. It's been a good show so far.
And just to reiterate from the statement that we've said before, yes, there are totally games that we've left out, like things like Dragon Dogma, I did not talk about. Eiyuden, I did not talk about. Final Fantasy VII, I did not talk about. A lot of these things is either A, they're not available internationally, B, we've already talked about it last show, or C, there's not enough new things for us to really go over in a very limited time span with you guys. So if you see anything that's missing, chances are is by choice and not because we forgot. Deca Police is another one where they show gameplay and it look really cool, but there's like no new information that I can give you. Like you can just look at the gameplay and like fine, there's no release date still.
Yeah.
It's just I need more info to bring out and talk about it like it's a story. But hey, if you want to see more of what TGS has available, there are plenty of videos on YouTube for certain things. I would recommend watching Deca Police gameplay, though. It looks really good. Level 5 is killing it. So yeah, no, it just looks really good.
Man,
that's
I
a really hype game.
I love to hear that phrase. Level 5 is killing it. That makes me happy because maybe if they continue to kill it, we'll see Dark Cloud 3.
Maybe
that would be nice. I would be very happy to see that. But you know what? It's time that we move this along just a smidge because we have some industry news that we can also talk about.
We have just a couple of pieces of news that I think it's very interesting that we'll talk about. First up, speaking of TGS and things you should watch. Hey, how'd you like that music from through Daybreak, by the way? How do you like Falcom music?
Oh, Falcom music? It's kind of mid.
Wow.
No.
Derek just made a lot of anime. I don't know this man. I just do the show with him. Please don't hurt me.
I am joking. It is really good.
Anyways, hey, if you like Derek and you like that Falcom music, check out the Falcom JDK band that played, and they had this whole live performance that they had recorded. So Falcom did the TGS along with Konami. I don't know how that worked out, but I think Konami is the publisher in Japan or something. Regardless of why that may be the case, that I'm not sure about. It's part of the Konami show. The JDK band played, and they did 9 tracks from Eastern Trails. And guess what? The official VOD is available. You can watch that whole segment, live band and all, on YouTube. And we're going to link that in the description. So definitely check that out.
I am going to check that out for sure, and maybe
copy and paste and just watch it.
I mean, I was thinking I might just rip it off of YouTube and do a little edit. I could add it to my little workout jams on my iPod Shuffle.
I would never question you.
I mean,
Yeah,
why
they have
not?
some good music,
Dude.
Yeah, so I think that's
they
super
got
cool.
hype music. So if you're looking for some workout music, I'm sure you could do worse.
One of my favorite boss music is still from Trails, like all time. I just can't. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's like super hype, like this rock like synth mix. I need to find the name of that. I think it's from Sky 2, if I remember correctly.
Dude, the
But
Ouroboros Enforcers theme is so good. My
I
gosh.
almost wonder if that is it.
I could sing it for you because I know it by heart. Well, I mean, I don't sing it, but you know, I could do that like the air guitar.
Okay, do the air guitar. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. Yep. See, that's
No,
about
it's
as far
not
as
that
I'm
one.
going. Okay. So next up is a little bit of anime news. We're finally doing some anime news, guys.
Yay!
Because I say it at the start of every show that it is an anime news show, a JRPG news show. But you know what? We haven't been doing too much anime lately, and well, here's part of the reason. Honestly, is okay. So we got a cool anime that was announced. It's an anime that will be directed by Takeshi Miike and Shinya Sugai, which will premiere on Netflix on November 2nd. It is the Onimusha anime coming to Netflix.
Ooh, Onimusha coming to Netflix. You know, Netflix has been making some really great like anime adaptation.
Oh, Fateful Confrontation. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah, that one gets me every time. Just that beginning riff gets you like right off the bat. It doesn't waste any time. It just takes you right in. It's like, yeah, you're about to get in trouble. I mean, I have stronger descriptions for it, but it wouldn't be appropriate for the show. But you're about to get messed up.
So the Onimusha Netflix anime is coming out here pretty soon. Here's why I haven't. I said here's why we haven't covered them lately. Netflix copy strikes us every dang time we feature a trailer from them,
and we're not going to watch it.
So if you want to be marketed to by Netflix, you'll have to go, watch it, seek it out yourself, I guess.
We'll leave it in the description,
but we wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't look hype. So check it out.
Actually looks really good. Like the art and everything. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of Onimusha.
I'm a big Onimusha fan.
Are you really?
Oh yeah, I love the series. I've never reviewed it, but it's one of my favorite non-RPGs. In fact, I have a top 5 video that I put out a long time ago talking about the my favorite non-RPGs. And this was on the list. Well, I mean, not the anime, but Onimusha the series. Man, I had a friend growing up who had like the whole series, and he lent them to me one by one.
What? Wow!
On PS2, and I played through each of them.
Friend.
Oh yeah, I played through each one in succession. Well, 1 through 3 at least, and it's fun. It's really good.
Wow.
So, yeah, that about does it for the industry news, but we do have a couple of extra things here to talk about.
Tiny little bit. Let's end the show off by switching over to my screen so that we can take a look at the merch.
All right.
Because it's, ways for you to spend money. # not sponsored.
Well, before I can show off your screen, I need to make sure I grab the link. Because I forgot to update that before.
That's okay.
All right. Well, you know what? Just pretend that you guys can see Baku's screen here for another couple seconds.
Sure.
Because, there we go.
It's almost like we've done this for a while now.
The most professional podcast on all of YouTube.
Of all of YouTube.
So we have visual now, Baku.
Yes, I see. So we've got a pair of tabletop games from Final Fantasy. Square Enix is releasing a Final Fantasy VII remake card game called Materia Hunter. And I know a lot of you out there like board games and tabletop games. I mean, they call this a board game, but I don't know if it's truly a board game or just a card game that you play on tabletop. Regardless, they're pretty loosey goosey with the terms. It's a tabletop game. Let's just say it like that. It's a tabletop game. Yeah, and so this is a game that you can play anywhere between 2 to 4 players, either 1v1 or 2v2. Teams are character cards and 80 materia cards. I mistyped that here. 80 materia cards. And I think the goal is to like capture as many materia as you can at the end of the game, and whoever has the most wins. So it's a pretty simple game. This pre-order is already open and it ships in April of next year. So hey, if you are a fan of tabletop games and you're looking for new stuff, or if you know someone who is a tabletop game fan and also likes Final Fantasy, this might make for a great gift. And then next up, we've got another one. This one feels more like a D&D kind of deal. So this is the starter set for the Final Fantasy 14 tabletop RPG. It's the starter set will allow you to recreate characters from the MMO. It includes a player book, a game master book, encounter map, and pre-made character sheets. And as soon as I heard character sheets, I was like, huh. D&D.
Yeah.
Like
this one describes itself as a tabletop RPG. So that is
yeah. See that? You see that map right there? I'm guessing that's the encounter map right here.
I wonder
in the corner.
Oh man, I wonder if it's actually like D&D based, or if it's like some other like Pathfinder or some other like homebrew, or I mean, or is this a brand new system? I wonder how well it's been play tested. Who's doing this? Is this OGL? Just
I wonder, because it's not as if Square Enix hasn't done collabs with like Wizard of the Coast before, so who knows?
I mean, you might if it was, you'd probably see it down below.
That's true.
I kind of doubt it though. But,
yeah.
I mean,
but it's kind of cool that they have this. So
I wonder if it's like one shot style. I mean, it looks like
a one shot campaign. Kind of deal.
Yeah. I mean, the books aren't very thick, so maybe it's meant to be kind of like a one session kind of deal.
This is the starter set though.
That is true. They might have like expand. I guess they're leaving that door open for how successful this does.
That's I think so. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's pre-order is also open for that, and it ships May of 2024.
All right, guys. Before this next one, hide your wallet. Hide your wallets, everybody. Okay.
Oh, especially for Persona fans. Wow, this is like one of the coolest figure I've seen in a long time. And this is a figure of Aegis. In her what is it called? The fighting game, the P4U form. Yeah. And she looks freaking awesome.
God, doesn't it though?
She looks freaking awesome, and all the details. Actually, hold on one second. Yeah, all the details, all the mechanical details are so well done for this. And believe me, I have many figures in my collection, and I can tell you when I see a good figures, I know like this one is good. Oh, it also glows up.
Oh my gosh!
Just in case
really?
You wanted to glow. Yeah, and there's also like a 360 degrees view. Just in case you want to see it all. So how much do you think this one is without looking at the script?
I already saw it.
Oh, dang it. How much did you think it is? If you didn't know, how much would you
if I didn't know?
Think? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think it's about right. Based on what I know of figures, and when I saw like the extra glowy bits, I was like, it's I think that looks premium. Oh God, that's
so.
And how tall is this figure? Is this
that's a good question. How tall?
Because that's also 12 inches. That's
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. That tracks then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this not to scare people, because we've talked about things that are like $12,000 Square Enix, or even $2,000 again Square Enix. This one actually comes at a very reasonable 33,000 yen, which is about $223 US. That's actually not bad.
I know. That's why I'm saying hide your wallets, guys, because it's almost reasonable. It's like I could almost trick myself into getting this.
Yeah, the typical figures now in the market, because of inflation and stuff, by the way, it's actually around like 180 and that's like a much less detailed figure. Still scale, but like not to this degree of detail. Like this is very detailed.
Yeah,
I was gonna imagine this being like $300.
You know, it's almost like detailed to the level of like, oh gosh, what's the US based people who make it's from Spawn,
Prime One.
No, the guy who made Spawn. I can't remember his name right now, but he has a studio of making super detailed figures that are always super cool.
Like probably resin, like full resin, and
probably they've been around for a while. And it's anyways, that's this level, I think of detail here.
But man, this one
McFarlane, that's the one. Thanks,
McFarlane. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one is. I think this one is for the fans. Like this one's great. If you are
it's for the fans.
Yeah, this one's for the fan. So if you're a P3 fan, I know it says P4U, but
that's just the fighting game name. But yeah,
of course. I'm guessing for anyone who would be willing to throw down $200 for this already knows where this character is from.
I know.
So yeah,
it's probably already been pre-ordered.
yeah. If I like P3 more, I would 100% get this. But no, I'm not a P3 fan.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the remake will change your mind if you play.
And by then, it would be too late to get this because this would be long sold out.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, that concludes all of our merch section. So yeah, hopefully you guys have found all these news worthwhile.
Man.
Because we've gone through a lot of stuff tonight. Oh boy.
So before we wind down, I think that we should catch up on a few of the super chats that we've been getting throughout tonight's show.
Okay.
As is tradition, we like to save everything for the end of the show. So this one's come in from Eagle Knight, who says, "Can't stay too long, but what a week for Trails. Let's go till Daybreak." See what you did. See what I did there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Eagle Knight.
Thank you.
Trails killing it. I was like, I definitely saved the seeing the first trailer for myself right here, and oh my gosh, it holds up. Man, I'm still wrapping my head around like the visuals because I've been living under a rock. I've not seen any Kuro no Kiseki gameplay up to this point. And I am not disappointed. That looks really nice.
So I have not seen Kuro much either, but what I have seen is East 10, which again, another thing that we're not talking about because there's no international release date right now.
It's coming out, but we know.
Yeah, but I've been looking at East 10. Oh my God, it looks so good.
Yeah, we're waiting for some details.
Yeah, waiting for details.
Casual Noob Gamer says, "Hello, I would rather you not pump out a video for the algorithm, and I would rather just see your content when you have it. RPGs consume a lot of time, and videos about them should be far and few between. Love the passion." Well, thank you. Yeah. I totally understand and respect that, but part of it also is that if I don't appease the algorithm, you won't ever see it. That's the problem.
It's unfortunate.
That is the problem.
That's why you got to ring the bell.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. Ringing the bell and hitting on all notifications. It actually makes a huge difference. And that is the thing about putting stuff out on YouTube. If you just put out the things that you want today, YouTube's algorithm has changed. They like to say that if every video is gauged on its own merits, which to an extent is true, but the emphasis has been taken off of subscriptions entirely, which is one thing that you might have noticed if you've been looking at like your recommendations or your sub feeds lately on YouTube. It's showing you a lot of stuff that you've never looked at before. It's showing you it's shotgunning everything. It's just like, here, is this something you want to see? And and 90% of the time it's not. You see the main page of YouTube has gotten really weird. It's in a way it's kind of anybody's game at this point. It feels like it's just kind of been like, here, we'll figure out, things. They've completely changed things up. It's good, but it's bad, and it's different. So anyways, if you like seeing the stuff that I do, I honestly, there's no guarantee you will see it unless you do ring the bell and hit the extra turn on all notifications thing, just in case, But I appreciate it.
I wonder even if that will do it.
Yeah, YouTube is very selective about whether or not it actually sends out notifications. Still Alive says, Adventure of Dai makes me think of Magneto from the Konami Xmen arcade game. X-Men, welcome to Dai. Yeah, I know. The Adventure of Dai. I mean, it's when I held back a lot when Baku was telling us about the story of how the kid's mentor dies in the beginning. It's like, oh, the Adventure of Dai.
Oh my god.
And then
It's true.
Still Alive also says, Derek, have you played any of your new PSP games yet? Not yet.
You been playing any of your PSP games?
The big PSP haul that I put out a video of, where John from the Detecting Zone sent in a bunch of his PSP games that he's no longer collecting for. So there's a lot of those. And no, I have not played any of them yet. Big part of that is that I don't have a working PSP battery, because the one that I had became a spicy pillow, if you know what I mean.
No,
it did the,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in turn prompted me to check my 3DS's internal battery, and that also kind of ballooned up a little bit too. So I was luckily able to remove that before it caused any permanent bulging to my Zelda 3DS. But that's kind of a stepping stone I need to overcome. And I've been really distracted with Sea of Stars, or at least I've finished, and I'm working on a video for that. It's going to come out too late to gain any traction, so make sure you ring that bell. But it's good. So yeah, I'll talk about that some other time. But I do believe that about does it for tonight's show. So it's been quite the show so far. I have been failing to hype responsibly, but I think it's for a very good reason.
We have some really great games. I think it's around this time last year that we said, next year we're going to be extremely busy. And then now around this time of the year, we're saying next year we're going to be extremely busy.
Yeah. Well, we were right last year too. So,
yep.
Baku, before we wind down, what's your schedule looking like? Are we going to have a show next weekend?
My schedule?
Yes, your schedule.
Are we going full British now?
Because I know that in October.
Schedule.
Oh, it's okay. It's October. Okay, so that's right. It's November.
You have a month. Yeah, you have a month until I'm gone. So yes, we're still here next week.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. All right.
Yes, we're still here next week. Not yet, but I will be gone for 3 weeks in November, starting from basically the first weekend of November.
Yeah.
And the second weekend of November, I will be in Japan, and then the third week of November, I'll be in New York for Anime AMIC. So I am gone for most of the November weekends, but I'll still be around before then.
All right, cool. All right, well, everybody, just put that in your calendars.
Yeah,
anyways,
put that in the calendars.
I think that about does it for tonight's show. Baku, have you got any final thoughts you'd like to leave people with?
Let us know what excites you from all these like shows and whatnot, and definitely keep that comments up, because I love reading the comments like Monday, Tuesday, like after
it's the
folks
best.
Get a chance. I just get my coffee and I'm sipping my coffee, I'm reading comments. It's nice. It's really nice. So thank you. Please keep sending those comments in.
All right. Well, have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great week, everybody.